Hi, good morning. Welcome. Today is reading 41 of the reading of the Haile Selassie version of the Holy Bible, a renewed King James Version, and now we are at Genesis chapter 9. I know I've been going for a while, and I will explain after I sing One Drop by Bob Marley. Ooh, ooh, oh, oh, oh. Feel it in the one drop, and you still find time to rock. You're making a one stop, a generation gap. So feel the drum beat as a beat within, playing a rhythm, resisting a system. Ooh, and I know just never let us down when we're right from wrong. 'Cause I know just never let us down. Oh no, 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 no. They made their world so hard. Every day people are dying. They made their world so hard. Every day people are dying. Yeah. For hunger and starvation, lamentation, read it to Revelation. You'll find your redemption. It might give us the teachings of His Majesty, 'cause we don't want the devil's philosophy. Give us the teaching of His Majesty, 'cause we don't want the devil's philosophy. Feel it in a one drop, and we still got time to rock, making a one stop. Oh, a generation gap. So feel the drum beat as a beat within, playing a rhythm. Oh, fighting against ism and schism, singing. I know just never let us down when we're right from wrong. 'Cause I know just never let us down. Oh no, 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 no. They made their world so hard. Every day, every day. They made their world so hard. Every day, and all day, 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 all day, 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 all day, yeah. Dread, dread, locks all day, dread, yeah, all day. All right, so, oh gosh, I'm starting to sweat. So yes, I've been gone. And let me tell you now. So, in my study of the Bible, I am corresponding it with history. And whenever I do a little bit more digging, I come up and I find more information that just seems to just rattle me. Oh my gosh, look. Use bleach. Anyways, so I just needed some time to absorb what I was discovering. And so what I discovered, well, I left those notes at a place I had went to. And so I was going to go live yesterday, and I was looking all over for my book of notes, but I don't have the notes. But what I do recall is that we know the King James Version of the Bible was drafted and arranged together in 1611. And if I'm not mistaken, the Septuagint, which is the Septuagint and Dead Sea Scrolls, these are royal books, holy divine books that have been discovered. And different groups of people discovered them across different time, place and time. And so it's just a whole big mess. At one time, the Christians, the Jews, and the Muslims fought over the Holy Land where Jerusalem is. It was originated by the Berbers, who were, I believe it was the Berbers, but I need my notes. The Berbers, actually the name Berber comes from Latin, which means barbarian. So these Bourbons, actually, their name is Amazigh or Imazighin. Anyways, they predated the Arabs, and there are different ethnic groups from the Afro-Asiatic language family, which is the primary language of Africa. And these languages include Berber, Chadic, Cushitic, Egyptian, Omatic, Semitic, Hamido-Semitic, and Semito-Hamitic Afro-Asian languages. And the people who spoke these languages were in North Africa, West Asia, Horn of Africa, Sahara, and Sahel. And so I'm just trying to figure out who I am and who God is, because of all the whitewashing that's been happening. There is no way that God is white, because the Bible didn't come out until 1611. And the Romans had their own Roman mythology, where they believed in the god of Attis, the god of Zeus. That was their belief. Their believing of creation was grounded in psychosexual and a lot of other stuff, not to talk down about anybody's beliefs, or of how the world created or began. But nonetheless, it is my job to figure out a way to put all of this information together in a way that's intelligible for others to be able to read. So, nonetheless, let's get right to the reading, because I have work in about 5 minutes or so. Genesis 9. Alright, so we had left off with Genesis 8, where God had remembered Noah and every living thing that was with him on that boat. The waters rescinded, and then eventually, after some time, the waters had dried up on the earth. Well, except for where the oceans are. And Noah's ark had landed on the top of the mountain of Ararat, which is located in present-day Turkey. And at first, Noah sent out a raven. The raven went back and forth until there was dry land. And he also sent out a dove. And the dove went back and forth until they found dry land. The dove first came back with an olive leaf, and then when he sent the dove out again, it never returned again. And then eventually God spake to Noah and said, Noah, it's time for you and every living thing to leave the ark. And Noah and every living thing with him left the ark. And God established a covenant with Noah and said that he will no longer destroy the world by flood and kill every living thing in it again. And he said this because he was doing it for the sake of man's heart. And he did it because Noah had made the first burnt offering unto the Lord. God had commanded for Noah to put 2 of each animal, male and female, in the ark. And he also had put 7 clean beasts and 7 clean fowls. I don't know if it was of each kind, I don't remember. But nonetheless, these were of the beasts and of the fowls which Noah had builded an altar unto God, and he sacrificed, made a burnt offering of these clean animals. God smelled the sweet aroma, the sweet savour of the smell, S-A-V-O-U-R. I still didn't look up how to pronounce that word. And from his heart, God said, for the sake of man, I will not curse the world again. Actually, the covenant don't come until part 9. I'm kind of jumping the button. But nonetheless, God had smelled the sweet smell of Noah's offering, burnt offering. And he said that I will never smite the earth or every living thing again. And he also said, for the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. So God, knowing that evil starts in the imagination of our hearts from youth. And despite that, because of Noah's action, Noah being the only person of all the world of whom God created, Noah was the only one that remembered God. And so God remembered and blessed him. And not only, okay, let's read more. Okay, here we are. Genesis chapter 9. Let's see what time it is. Oh my God, I have to go to work. It's 10 o'clock. Oh Lord, I'm going to be late. Okay. And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it. And at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother, will I require the life of man. Whose sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For the image of God made he man. For the I read that wrong. Let's read this again. Genesis 9, chapter 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God made he man. In you be ye fruitful, and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. And God spake unto Noah, and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood. Neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you, for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud. It shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you, and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, this is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. And Noah began to be an husbandman, and he planted a vineyard. And he drank of the wine, and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his 2 brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment, and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward, and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backwards, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And God, and he said, blessed be Jah God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years, and all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. Very interesting. I have a lot of notes going through Genesis chapter 9. But before we end, because I do have to go to work, I do want to say one thing that I don't want to rush, is that what stands out the most to me of all of this is that God spoke to Noah directly and blessed and established the covenant between Noah and his family. God also established a covenant of all living flesh, including animals and humans, that the flood of the waters will not overtake the world anymore. Then Noah became a husbandman, and I need to research that word, husbandman. And he grew a vineyard. Noah had the idea to grow a vineyard. So Noah is now the first person who is being drunk in the Bible, if I'm not mistaken. I have to read a little bit more what we read, because the world was going into a whole lot of wickedness. And I don't know if they were drinking or what. But nonetheless, I'm going to look and see what all thoughts have to say about it. But nonetheless, what I find very distinctive here is that Noah cursed Ham, not God. Noah is a man. Noah will be considered the son of God. God gave Noah no powers. It does not read here that God gave Noah any special powers. Like Moses, God gave Moses powers. God worked miracles through Moses. From what I've read of Noah's life, God did not perform any miracles except the flood. And the miracle was that God spared his life and that of all whom he loved, his children and his wife. They were all spared, in the living creatures and children and animals. So was Noah curse strong and powerful enough to be for perpetual generations? Or does God's blessing of Ham over what is the right word? Is over, is more authoritative, is more powerful than Noah's curse on Ham. Because it doesn't say here that God agreed with Noah. It doesn't say here that God said that Ham should be cursed. I'm just reading this by this chapter. I haven't dived through. I know that there's different verses and different people have their own different philosophies. But I'm forming a philosophy based off of what's read here. And just based on what's read here without reading my notes and having done detailed research, that's what it seems like to me. It seems to me like Noah's the one who cursed Ham and not God. And is a man powerful enough to curse a whole line of people? Or is that only the power of God? What do you think? What are your thoughts? If you happen to continue to be listening, respond and comment. I would love to hear. Until then, God bless. I pray to see you tomorrow. Amen.